And welcome to the Rebel Radio Podcast, where I stalled for a minute because we talked a post-show last week about someone else introducing the show, and I felt like Matt we're going to steal the thunder.
Damn.
I remember we're like, you're like, why does Mark always introduce the show? I'm like, I'm the boss, motherfuckers. But welcome to the Rebel Radio Podcast. This is Mark.
This is Long.
This is Matt. Dang it. Why didn't you stick with it?
I don't know.
Well, this is Matt.
This is Long.
God, you are stupid.
Did I do that?
Yeah, the rebelradiopodcast.com, man, as we are about a month and some change away from our 500th episode. Sometime between June, actually I have the date, sometime between like June 24th and July 5th we'll be recording it, somewhere in that range.
Yes.
Because we're probably going to take about a week off in between there and sit down and make this episode very special and do it the right way. Not that we don't do it the right way all the time, but do it the right way.
Yeah, and just make sure it is done the right way.
Yeah, and put out something pretty cool, we hope, for the 500th episode. And as of right now, we're supposed to be at Compalooza tomorrow. So if we're there in room 340 at 6 o'clock, come see us. If we're not there, sorry.
There's a weather event going. So yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping that we are not impeded by harsh weather.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a feeling it's could be a possibility. So, and so sorry, I was distracted there. So yeah, but how are you guys?
Good.
Dry for now. Yeah.
Friday.
Dry for now.
Yeah.
You got to keep those bald heads shining, fellas. You know.
That's right. You got to shine them up.
The rain off of them.
Oh yeah.
Or you keep it, you smooth shine it so the rain just beads off of it. Use some Rain X.
That's right. Rain X. I think Long uses the McGuire's wax. Rain X
I'm gonna wear a hat tomorrow. So
same here. I'm doing the same.
Oh, you're right, man. Yeah, you're gonna wear a fedora like one of those what was it? The edgelord type people.
Edgelord. I could.
It's like my lady.
My lady. My lord. Esquire. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I could pull out a casual fedora. You know, I would. It would have to be in a formal setting, and I don't feel like dressing up. I'm gonna wear all black though, because good guys wear black.
Yeah, you're not quite. Me and Long can pull off casual fedora. We're closer to 50. Yeah, I think you're not quite the age.
Yeah,
casual fedora is like 48 to like 60 to really pull it off, to be like the hip old guy, you know?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Hip old guy.
But you're not even fucking hip, man. So even when you're old, you're not, you know, it's not going to
Nah, I'm definitely a dork.
Yeah. So, you know. I mean, I'm never going to forgive you ever for wearing skinny jeans. So, therefore, you're never going to be hip.
This is true. There is that. I may just wear those skinny jeans tomorrow just for fun.
That's okay, Matt. You'll always be the cooler Andrew Tate.
The cooler Andrew Tate. I will take it.
Yeah. The one who seems to scream every sentence he says. Saw an interview with him, Andrew Tate, and I'm like, this dude ever like talk quieter? You know, he's always yelling his answers or something. Like he's trying to compensate for something. But whatever, he's a sex trafficker.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
On a lighter note, than whatever that was, I don't even know who you are talking about. But so I've had a good week. My middle son Wyatt, his baseball team are the champions.
Yes.
So I'm gonna brag about him a little bit. Is he? They came from behind, down 7-3 in the final inning, and Long actually hasn't heard this story. Matt heard it. But so they came back. First off, they started off the last inning with a 3-run homer to make it 7-6, and then we tied the game up. And this is 11-year-old baseball, but it was legit over-the-wall home run. This was not one of those inside-the-park error home runs. They played really good baseball. And then we had 2 outs in the inning, and it looked like we might be having to deal with a tiebreaker situation. But the batter ahead of Wyatt got a base hit and made it to second. And then Wyatt came up with a deep ground ball to shortstop, in which the shortstop tried to make the play, but it bounced past the first baseman, and Wyatt turned first, meanwhile the run scores. So my son was the hero and hit with the game-winning hit. And I couldn't be a prouder dad. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I had to hold back the emotion. It's like Brad Pitt said in Moneyball, how can you not be romantic about baseball? It is the sport that will humble you and has the absolute greatest experiences when it comes to playoffs. I mean, there's no other sport like baseball. Anybody who's ever been a fan of the game knows this, whether you're a fan of the Red Sox, the Yankees, or the Astros, or the Cubs. Those moments are so rare, and even in Little League Baseball. And it was awesome, man. And he was riding high today. He said he had high schoolers visit the school today, and he said he pulled off the Huss on a high school girl. I found out this means Mackin. Like, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. And so he was working his charm, man. But what a moment, though, man. So I have to document that in a public setting on the podcast here because he deserves it. Proud of that little dude. And,
good, man.
And the team mobbed him at second base. They gave him a Gatorade bath. You know, he got all the works, man. So it was awesome.
And how?
Yeah. So
that's good, man. Good moment. Good
oh
moment.
Yeah, definitely for sure. So I am chippy today on this Friday night. Chippy. And
Well,
and
good on the both of yes.
Yeah. So,
Wish I was there. Well, I was there for a little bit, but
yeah.
I had to go because I had the screaming. I sharded after I dropped off Michael, so I had to really run home.
I mean, they make the pens for that problem.
If you saw like a trail of raisins,
little
raisinets from the bleachers to the parking lot, then that's my evidence right there. So, if you saw fudge drops,
other than that,
this guy.
We got a trailer this week for a new trailer for Lantern Season 2. Man, I just cannot get excited for this. And I love the Green Lantern lore. But this just isn't doing it for me, man. It's too earthly based, real world. I love Kyle Chandler, but he doesn't do for me as Hal Jordan. I just, man, I'm hoping it's better when we actually get the show itself here. And well, it's not until like August, I believe, right? But
yeah.
I don't know, man. I really wanted. When I heard they're making a Green Lantern TV show, I was like pretty excited about it. But I'm disappointed so far. But I've been down this path before, and then I end up seeing the final product, and end up liking it. You know, I've had trailers before that have disappointed. So hopefully, it does its thing. I feel like Kyle Chandler's too old to play Hal Jordan.
I think so too.
As good of an actor as he is, I just feel Hal Jordan should be younger. But my only thing I could think is it's going to be more of a Jon Stewart story, which is fine. Which is so strange because I guess there's almost like a popularity contest about who's more popular, Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. For me, I grew up with Hal Jordan, but then like Matt's age had Jon Stewart quite a bit.
Yep.
So, so we'll see. And I see the trailer did reveal that Guy Gardner makes a cameo at least in it. So Nathan Fillion's back. But man, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out once it actually hits. But so far, I'm just not pumped for this. It feels like we started this new DC universe off with quite a bang. Creature Commandos was pretty cool, and Superman was our movie of the year. A lot of fun with that. And then and Supergirl looks great, but then the trailers for Clayface and Lanterns just kind of like, they're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
pedestrian.
It almost feels like, they're already doing a Superman sequel, as we know, it comes out next year.
Right.
Like, as much as James Gunn says we have a plan, did they really have a plan? Once again, let's rely on Superman because he's reliable. And we're pushing Batman back till 2028 because we don't want to have 2 Batman movies out in the same year. Which, why
not just Batman it up?
Our audience is really that dumb that they would be confused over Matt Reeves' Batman and the Batman in the DCU? You can have 2 Batman movies in 1 year. We had 2 Spider-Man movies in 1 year with the live action and animated film.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't quite get the thinking on that, but so yeah. But
I guess they just want to differentiate,
Right. So yeah. So we'll see how things go with the new DCU and everything as we move forward. Yeah, it's really, I think it feels like the only news that really happened this week was that trailer. But typical holiday week type news. Oh, but apparently, I guess they are actively looking for the new James Bond now. It's not just a rumor. I guess that also came out this week. So that casting tryouts have begun, even though I don't know if there's a script or a movie. But that's pretty not uncommon with Bond. They announced Daniel Craig before I think Casino Royale ever even went into production. So
right.
So that's kind of been a James Bond thing over the years. So we'll see. All the good ones that could have played Bond have all gotten too old while they waited.
Right. Like Henry Cavill's too old.
Henry Cavill, Tom Hardy, Idris Elba, they've all just gotten up there in age.
Yeah.
So now we start fresh.
Gillian Anderson. Her name was randomly thrown into the whole Bond thing too. I'm like, Gillian Anderson? Why is her name thrown in there? Their Twitter account's like, yeah, why am I being thrown in there?
That could be the most random.
Yeah, I know. But she's she's a great actor, so I love her.
Yeah. And they're going to obviously try to stick with British, which I get. But, my thing is, if British people can play American heroes, how come an American can't play Bond? Because I think Austin Butler would be great.
Oh, who was it that was rumored to be, like, years ago before Timothy Dalton? Wasn't it, what's his name's dad?
Well, Pierce Bronson was rumored then, but he was tied to the TV show still.
Yeah.
No, James Brolin was rumored.
Oh, Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin.
Oh, James Brolin. Josh Brolin's dad, James Brolin.
Yeah, James Brolin was in the running for. He was going to be the first American Bond.
Right. That's
American
what I'm saying.
actor.
Like somebody like Austin Butler is a really great young actor. He could play Bond, but they seem to be stuck on going British. It's just not Aaron Taylor Johnson. I did not.
The first Bond was Scottish,
right?
So, yeah. So, and then George Lazenby was Australian.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll do a swerve on us and go with the best person available. It doesn't necessarily have to be British. So
right.
But yeah. All right. Well, what'd you guys watch this week?
You start. I started last week and I crashed and burned.
Oh man, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot better this week. I watched a couple more episodes of Battlestar Galactica. I haven't really had time, to be honest. We've had baseball every night, playing for the championship practice and stuff. I haven't even played that much Red Dead. I am in the epilogue, and I'm on the second part of the epilogue. But played some of that.
Part of the epilogue?
Yeah, it's a 2-part epilogue. Dude, the epilogue's literally like 19% of the game. I'm at 94% now of the story.
Yeah,
so I'm almost at the end. Yeah, that's really all I did, man. Watched a couple of episodes of Battlestar. I feel like I watched some random. What was I watching anime wise? I feel like there was something I was watching. It might come back to me. But yeah, I'm almost done with the first season of Battlestar Galactica. Which when I originally tried to watch, I did watch all the first season originally and 2 or 3 episodes in the second season before I stopped. So almost back to where I had left off on that show. Such a well written show. Edward James Olmos, who's in it, will be at Palooza this week. I actually shook his hand years ago when he was there and talked to him for a few minutes. Very down to earth guy. I don't remember what we talked about so long ago, but he stood there and just talked to him a few minutes. He was pretty cool. Back when Palooza was cool, you could do that.
Yeah, back when you could just walk up and with your media pass and interview people.
There is a bit of news that I guess is kind of important, being that Mandalorian Grogu comes out this week. But Tom Kane, the voice of Yoda in all of the Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and some of the video games, passed away. So,
and he did Samurai Jack too.
Yeah, he's numerous animated stuff, and
a lot, man.
But yeah, so he's 64 years old, and but definitely did Yoda in the Clone Wars movie, the Clone Wars TV series. I mean, he did numerous other characters. He's been involved with the Bad Batch, almost all the Filoni animated stuff. Tom Kane's done some kind of voice. And he was a Palooza alumni. I actually met him as well at Palooza years ago and chatted with him a few minutes. And he was a pretty cool guy. And I also he was at the Star Wars panel when at Palooza that included him and Jeremy Bullock and Peter Mayhew. They were all there. They were in the room together and did a panel on Star Wars. It was pretty cool. And Tom Kane was making everyone laugh by doing different voices. I always remember that. So, and like Peter Mayhew was beside himself. He's big old, tall, 7-foot giant, gentle giant, was just laughing in his big British voice because Tom Kane could not stop cracking jokes. And so it was pretty
Peter
cool.
Mayhew.
Yep. Met him several times as well. So yeah,
that's cool.
Very cool story.
Well, I'll go next. I bought Forza Motorsport. No, I'm sorry. I bought Forza Horizon 6 today, and it's been a while since I played a racing game. And I played the first couple of hours. I was having a lot of fun. It's basically a huge open world map of Japan. And I think the first car I chose was the Toyota Celica. And
Toyota Celica.
Yeah, like a 2000 early, just a mid 2000 Celica or something.
I remember those.
Yeah. And then I think the last car I ended up on was a BMW M2. Oh, and I bought a Shelby Mustang at a drag strip too. I just drove past it. It's like, hey, I got enough credits to buy that. But yeah, it's a beautiful game. And yeah, you ever played a Forza Horizon game before, Matt?
I've downloaded one before. I played it a little bit, but I don't remember.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I just didn't play it enough.
400 plus cars in the game to find and unlock or collect. And but yeah. Oh, and I found my old VW Golf. I purchasing it, but it's the all-wheel drive.
I can never get into those games, man. Just like I not the racing part of it. That part I like. I can never get into all the technicalities of it, all the having to change tires and upgrade your engine. I just I don't like cars enough to get into that.
I haven't.
If I can just pick up a car and race, cool.
Like Need for Speed,
right?
Yeah,
but I never.
And you can do that in this game, actually. I mean, there's lots to do in the game. You can race against a Gundam, a live mech Gundam, which is really cool. It's just different styles of racing. You do rally racing or city street racing or drag strip racing all pond racing. But yeah, I'm having fun. I used to play Gran Turismo a lot back in the day, and I love the whole number crunching thing, that's part of the appeal too. But in this one so far, I've only done just the racing portions, but the cars are beautiful, but man, the human characters look dog shit ugly. It's like they spent all their budget on making those cars look beautiful, and the environment look beautiful, but man, the human characters look But other than that, what else did I do? Played some Balatro, and if you're a fan of playing poker and mixing poker with multiplication, you'll love that game. So it's a math and poker game. Slay the Spire 2, been playing a little bit of that. So random card battle game. Trying to get back into Diablo 4 and Final Fantasy 14. Hopefully, with a 3-day weekend, I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was thinking. I did
go ahead.
grab Battlefront 2 for $5 because my disc copy on my PS4 wasn't wanting to work.
Huh.
It was $5 on the PS5 store, so I just bought a copy of it because Wyatt wanted to play it. I haven't had a chance to dive back into it yet, but I did kind of miss playing it.
Yeah.
And so for $5,
Yeah.
I wish that was cross network. Is it cross network?
yeah, it might be on the next gen. I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, the disc for some reason the PS4 it wasn't. It's not the PS4. It's just the Battlefront 2 disc. It was just not wanting to read it. So, but that is one of the probably the first PS4 games I had. So it's an older disc.
Yeah.
Oh, and went toy hunting with Mark and his son Michael.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That was fun. The video
Very cool.
should be out Sunday. It's actually right on my computer in front of me. It's on the editing board right now. So
yeah, Matt, I picked up 3 characters, 3 G1 characters. One is Prow, who could turn into a Nissan Z, early Nissan Z model.
Yeah.
And then I picked up Sunstreaker, which is a yellow Lamborghini. The first Transformers to release in the U.S. They were missing their guns and stuff, but that's okay. And then I picked up Wheeljack, who turns into a Porsche, I think. So, yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I went pretty light on that toy hunt. I picked up a Darby Allin figure. That was it.
Yeah, you saved that for...
Well, no, that was it in that store. We also went to Texas Time Warp, and I grabbed the Stacy Keebler figure.
Yeah.
And Professor X Toy Biz. So I did, yeah. It was just on that initial Antique Mart. I only bought the Darby Allin.
Yeah, I bought my roommate the Evangelion Rei Ayanami statue.
Yeah.
And I think that's... Did I get anything at Texas Time Warp, you recall? Yeah, I did. I got...
there was something.
Yeah, I got the Hot Wheels... got the Hot Wheels one. Got a good deal on them because it was $5 cheaper.
Yeah, and...
got this guy here. Look at it.
Ooh, very nice.
He has the flame thing. He turns into a hot rod. He has a scepter.
Yeah,
and he doesn't look like an Autobot, but he is. So
yeah, it was a good toy. That should be out on Wyatt's Toy Show on YouTube Sunday. And then Sunday also went to Trader's Village with Frank Formicos, and we did some toy hunting out there as well, and shot a bunch of footage. Probably not as much footage because the video with me and Long is probably going to be about 28 minutes.
Oh, okay.
With the haul and the video added, the video of me and Frank's probably only going to be about 15. It's a little bit shorter, mostly because it was so crowded at Trader's Village. It was a little more difficult to shoot as much footage. I picked up a few figs at that hunt as well. So it was a good toy hunt weekend. That was a lot of fun. One day we'll have to get Matt out there on a toy hunt.
That would be fun and dangerous.
If we go tomorrow, I'll probably will shoot a little footage out in the Compalooza. We'll see.
So for me, I just checked out the season finale of The Boys. It was not as good as some of the other season finales, I will say. Came to an end. Interesting. Some people died. Some of the main characters die. And now we have a teaser for Vought Rising, featuring Jensen Ackles and
beat that thing to death.
Yeah, they're gonna spin off. And then it was interesting enough. I was watching, just choosing random videos that were playing on the Samsung live channels, and I saw The Prestige, and I was like, oh, it's been a while since I've seen this movie. I'm gonna watch The Prestige. So I checked that out, and then I did start Chainsaw Man, but I'm very short of the way in. I can't even claim that I watched it. So I started it, but I promised to finish it by next week. I
give it a 4-episode chance. Just give it a 4-episode chance.
Oh, I was talking about the movie, the 1 hour and 40 minute movie.
Oh, no, you watch the show first.
Watch the show first?
Yeah, you gotta watch the show first. Movie's a direct sequel to the 10 or 12 episodes that are out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, watch the show first.
And then I played some Helldiver, and the last game that I played, we were doing good. We're playing on level 6, me and 3 other players that I just randomly partied with, and I guess I threw the eagle too close. I didn't think I did, and we all died.
Oh boy!
And I was like, "Ooh, no!" I was like, so I just
Did you get kicked again?
I went back to ship. I kicked myself.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "Whoop, nope." So I felt pretty bad, but I was like, whenever you messaged me asking me for my gamer tag, I was like, "Oh," I was like, "I had a bad last outing. I wonder if we're gonna go automaton hunting." But yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully, I can check out Mandalorian Grogu sometime before next week's episode and finish Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
It's your mission if you choose to accept it.
Yes.
Watch Chainsaw Man season 1.
Yes, please, season 1. Don't watch the movie yet, because the
movie is accessible without having the show, but you'll appreciate it so much more knowing the characters, especially the story arcs that the characters go through to bring them to that point, because there's an emotional attachment to it. So you got to watch the show first. Then the show's 12 episodes, 24 minutes each. I mean, 5.5 hours to watch it all.
Not bad.
Definitely.
Doable.
All right. Well, let's get into today's featured film, a movie that's directed by Tony Scott and stars Robert Redford and Brad Pitt, who chose to not do another film to do this film because he wanted to work with Robert Redford, and he didn't care that he had a smaller part in the film. He just wanted to work with Robert Redford.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. And that is Spy Game, a movie that both of you had never seen till this week, right?
This is correct.
Right.
Man,
I paid attention.
I want to say I might have even seen this in theaters. I think it's initially it's a story about you know what? Let one of you guys.
I summarized last week.
Yeah.
First time watch.
Basically, Brad Pitt plays the Boy Scout CIA operative that is protege of Robert Redford's character Muir, who is a seasoned CIA operative. He's about to retire, but Brad Pitt's character gets captured while he's trying to save Bishop. Bishop gets captured while he's trying to rescue a girl from a Chinese prison. And once Redford's character gets wind of this, he uses his skills to get into that discussion room and get into the mix and basically try to save his protege from being executed by the Chinese government because he was captured, and they let the U.S. claimed him but didn't say he was a spy, and didn't seem like they were going to do the right thing and try and get him back. And so Robert Redford plays everybody around him masterfully, shows his high level IQ and his espionage skills, and he's just badass in this film. It just makes me appreciate Winter Soldier so much more watching him in this film, and how it's like it's a very grown up and very adult spy film. It's not your James Bond spy film. It gets into the using people kind of thing, using people to get to your objective. And Robert Redford is training Brad Pitt's character.
Well, yeah, I was going to say you skipped over part of the plot where he's using the tribunal asked him how he met Bishop, and we are told in a series of flashback stories the history of the Muir and Bishop, and why he's so important that he gets him out, because he respects this kid that he brought up through the system and taught him how to be a spy, taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
And even with their ups and downs in the relationship over the years, they still, he wasn't going to let him die because the government didn't want to claim him.
Doing crazy things like keeping him deployed, and then, deploying him to Berlin, and he shows up at Berlin on purpose and gains his, respect and friendship by inviting him out to a party, in which he hasn't really had much social interaction because he's just been on the job, on the job, on the job. So I like those little bouts, and some of those ups and downs were on purpose. Some of them was because he felt like the woman, the woman who was wanted by the Chinese government, that was Brad Pitt's love interest in the film. I forget her name. Felt like he was going to derail the operation
or something.
Yeah, and so he traded her. He traded her to get her out. He's ruthless, man. But I like it. And Redford plays a great seasoned spy. Pitt's character is good. He reminds me. I see a little bit of that Seven and Fight Club macho-ness in there with him.
This is 2001, so it's coming off that era when he made those kind of films. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I like both their performances. Obviously, this is most of the heavy lifting is done by Redford. Pitt is there, but I feel like Redford is,
Well, they edited in the flashback scenes on purpose because the original screenings, like people were like, well, where's Brad Pitt in this movie? So they did it so that the audience remember Pitt throughout the film.
I know, and I get that.
Well,
now.
not the flashback screens, the torture scenes, I meant. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? But the film that you were talking about that Brad Pitt turned down for this is The Bourne Identity.
Right.
He could have been Jason Bourne, man.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get Long's initial thoughts. Me, his first time to see it, then I got thoughts.
I thought it was a very interesting film and very mercurial, if that's the correct description. Robert Redford, man, he has such a natural, effortless charisma about him that he's very he says so much in his understated style of acting, and when I first saw Redford in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, he, totally different acting maturity, I guess, growth since then.
Yeah.
But it's just something about Redford's presence that adds that gravitas in a way, and I'm just glad that I got to see this performance from him. And I heard Day of the Jackal was pretty good too. The original Day of the Jackal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he was in the Manchurian Candidate as well. He's in a lot of spy espionage type movies. Captain America and the Winter Soldier,
but she did that because of his grandkids.
Yeah.
They once said, Dad, you got to do a Marvel movie. And he initially turned down this film because he thought Tony Scott was like an action director and stuff like that. Then his agent said, dude, you need to read the script. And when Redford was like, okay, this is good. And he signed on.
Yeah. And I saw the IMDb score was hovering around 7. So I agree with that. That's a pretty tough scoring crowd there.
Yeah.
IMDb. And what was the Rotten Tomato score, I wonder? Matt, you might be able to look that up real
I
quick.
always feel like, first off, I feel like Tony Scott films, he does kind of get caught up in that action genre because of worked with the Bruckheimers a lot and things like that. But I also feel like if you think about Crimson Tide and Top Gun, even Days of Thunder, even though it's kind of a goofy, fun film, man, Tony really cast really good actors in his movies, you know? Yeah. And so he makes his action films feel a little more powerful by casting Gene Hackman or Robert Duvall or Robert Redford. Even going back to the first Top Gun film, young Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, but they're really good in the movie. And Tony Scott just has this way of elevating his action films, I think, with really top-notch actors, which I think...
And editing.
And acting as well, which makes it work. So to that point, and Brad Pitt, man, Brad Pitt, I think, doesn't get enough credit. He finally won an Oscar Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but he's always been very good, even when he was younger. People dismiss him as just a pretty boy, but he's always been a very good actor, and he holds his own in this 100% up against Redford's fantastic acting. I think I realize how much I really like this genre of film. As much as I love science fiction and hardcore action films, I really like spies and espionage movies. It's why I love the Mission Impossible films. The Kingdom with Jamie Foxx is kind of an underrated, well done military espionage film. Body of Lies with Russell Crowe and Leonardo DiCaprio. That's a really good film. It's directed by Tony's brother, Ridley. It's a fun genre, I think, because it has a realistic feel to it. Because some of this stuff really goes on in the world. Maybe not as elaborate as the movies make it out to be, right. But I think that's what's exciting about it. It's you go to the movies to escape. And you can go watch a spy film and like, oh, this is what it'd be like to be a spy. At least you can think about it in that way. Just in the same way you can think about using a lightsaber. And I think that's pretty cool. And I like the back and forth of this movie. I like how it tells the story. It unfolds like a good novel. He goes and he's going to tell how he met Bishop. And each era, whether it's Beirut or Vietnam, is all shot. They shot with different color hues to make each era feel a little different, which I thought was cool. And it doesn't feel like a lot of other Tony Scott films. I feel like it's a little bit different than Crimson Tide is, a little bit different than Days of Thunder. I like that about it. It feels a little more adult than some of Tony Scott's other action films. And I don't even know if I'd call this an action film because it has very little action in it. It's just really well acted suspense film.
Yeah. Harker, the main rival to Muir. He I was like, hey, he's from Game of Thrones. That's Stannis Baratheon.
Oh wow.
And it's like, I don't know. He's an okay actor. He's always kind of lacks that charisma about him. I don't know. He gives off a weird kind of like cardboard vibe. And seeing him trying to pin Redford throughout the whole movie is just pretty entertaining too. And who else is in was this Brad Pitt maybe? But yeah, and I don't know. I'm just glad that don't live in a Chinese prison.
This is true. This is good.
Torture seems to be sanctioned there, so
yeah.
But it's a really good spy thriller, and apparently the movie has a lot of accurate portrayals of spycraft, with all the devices and the way they do things. And I was surprised that it was set in the 80s or the 70s, 70s to the 80s. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, because the film doesn't place itself in any time, even though it came out in 2001, your thought is, well, why? How can Brad Pitt be in Vietnam? He's like, but 2001, Brad Pitt's he's about 38, 39, I think at that time, maybe a little bit younger. So, nothing says the movie takes place in 2001. Some interesting facts. Robert Redford thought that Scott was absolutely crazy for wanting to film the rooftop scene with a helicopter. He's like, why are we spending money on a helicopter? Then when Redford saw the finished project, he's like, okay, that's why. It adds a lot of dynamic to the scene by the helicopter camera spinning around. And then he thought it was brilliant. So I thought that was kind of cool. They could not find a building to blow up, so Tony bought one. He convinced the government to let me blow up this building, and I'll give you a bunch of money. The building was abandoned anyway.
Yeah.
So, Hollywood way, right? Let's throw some money at him. Thought that was kind of cool. Let's see what else.
Robert Redford was 65 years old when he did this film.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. I didn't think he was that old.
The cigarette brand, Morley cigarettes, are actually the same cigarette brand that's in the X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of a cool... I wonder if there is a reason behind that. Maybe Tony was a fan. Maybe somebody on set was a fan. Who knows? I thought that was kind of cool.
They also brought real CIA agents on set and got them involved in the film to make sure that they were giving an authentic portrayal.
Yeah. Where is the CIA building that's used for movies? It's got to be on the set somewhere. It's always the same building in almost every movie. It looks just like the real CIA set, but I wonder. It must be a Hollywood backlot somewhere that has that Langley building somewhere built.
Yeah,
You know,
it does look kind of familiar.
Because for exterior shots and things like that. Now, like it's weird because the White House, they will let Hollywood shoot with helicopters. They'll come in at certain times and let them do aerial shots and things like that. But I know the CIA and Pentagon is much, much more stricter. You know.
Yeah.
I wonder how that works. It was all mostly shot in Morocco, even though they were going to shoot in Israel, but there was a war going on at the time, or a conflict in Israel. Yeah. Yeah, had trouble getting built route, so he just bought the building.
And then to get it to just demolish it.
I know, right? What money well spent, you know.
Yeah. Bishop was Robert Redford's character name in the movie Sneakers.
Yeah, Sneakers actually is a really pretty solid little film too, with Redford. And Brad Pitt was working at the time, man. As soon as he finished this film, he took off to film Ocean's 11. It's like he literally left the set, and the next day he was on the set of Ocean's 11. And in fact, they were up against it to finish this film, so he could go do Ocean's 11.
Wow,
that's pretty crazy.
The power of editing too, to get it all done on time, and maybe the footage was haphazard, so they had to really improvise, like to shoot around it too.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. But I know this is a fun film. I knew you guys would like this because I just know the things we've watched over the years. I figured y'all would appreciate this film. It's a well-acted film. It's a good story, and it's fun to do thinking man action films every now and then that don't necessarily have to rely on blowing everything up and shooting everybody.
Yeah. I definitely give this a B+ for sure.
It's definitely a B+. And one more fact: Robert Redford directed A River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt.
Oh,
starring in it.
Was this
before
back or after?
Before. This was 92, so 9 years prior.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's not uncommon for Hollywood people to know each other just because they have worked each other. But isn't Brad Pitt in that movie very briefly? I don't know. I feel like he's not in The River Runs Through It very long.
I thought he was the fly fisher. I remember him fly fishing in that film.
I saw it years ago, but I feel like he's not in it very long.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's, I don't know. I'm going to go a little higher than you guys. I'm going to give it an A-. I think this film's pretty good standard for a spy film. Like, I could see if someone who's never seen spy films and I was picking like 5 of them, I think this might make that list.
Okay. So
I think it's pretty good. I've always enjoyed this film, and I sat and watched it all the way through again, even though I was pretty familiar with it. This is one of those I think I'd put on a list. I'm not surprised one of you haven't seen it, but I was really surprised both of you had not seen this, considering that y'all, watch a lot of the same stuff I do and familiar with Tony Scott. So I'm a little surprised any one of y'all seen this, but it's good that y'all watch.
Well, back in the day, I wasn't really into, Brad Pitt nor Robert Redford. So
right.
Yeah, same here.
I was like, eh.
I will say, how sometimes you watch a film and then you complete it, and then Amazon will just throw another film right behind it. And it had me start watching Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Oh boy, I tried watching that.
It's so slow.
I've never seen it, but I was like, it seemed like it started off slow. I watched the first 5 minutes,
and
I was
doesn't get any faster. It's not bad, but it's just it's so talky.
Yeah, supposedly though, that is the most accurate spy movie, as far as spycraft and not spycraft, but actual spying.
Yeah.
During the Cold War.
Yeah, so, I've seen it.
Yeah, I couldn't last 30 minutes.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch and
Gary Oldman.
And Steven Spielberg's boy, Rylance. I think he's in it.
Yeah, I don't get the. Yeah. I don't get why Rylance is such a well-regarded.
He's okay. I liked him in. I thought, having read the book of Ready Player One, I think playing the part of I can't think of the character. I thought he was perfect for that part of Ready Player One because it was like right out of the book. So
yeah.
But yeah.
He was all right in Bridge of Spies.
Colin Firth.
Spies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin Firth is a good actor. I like him.
Strong, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Must be real small. I mean, like I said, that movie. I didn't retain the movie completely. It's okay.
It's a dense movie.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Not a bad movie, but yeah.
It's kind of like sometimes movies are like that. Like, David Fincher directed Zodiac, and people are like, "Oh, have you seen Zodiac?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, you don't love it?" I'm like, "It's okay. It's too much talking.
Right.
It's too much talking. It's so slow."
It's not Seven. Seven's way
it's
better.
It's not Seven. It's not Fight Club. It's okay. Just because David Fincher doesn't mean you have to love it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, yeah. All right. Well, next week we are going to go into actually a really great movie. We won't say much about the director who went on to kind of get blacklisted from Hollywood due to some allegations against him. But a movie that, man, might have almost defined the twist ending for a while there, along with Shyamalan films, but that is The Usual Suspects. A movie that's long been on our radar to do on the show. We just never got around to doing that. Such a great movie. Kevin Spacey gives an incredible performance in it. I think he won an Oscar for this, if I remember right. And again, allegations against him too. We'll avoid. We're going to talk about the movie and who the actors are, and this not so much what they did in their public lives.
I've never seen this movie.
Really? You've never seen The Usual Suspects?
Never seen.
I am not going to say a word about spoilers then, because it's an ending that you need to see.
Unfortunately, I think the ending was spoiled to me.
Benicio del Toro with a fantastic performance.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie put him on the map, Benicio del Toro.
I've never seen this movie.
Really? You never seen it? Wow. 2 in a row? I'll be honest.
Two in a row, man.
My game I can kind of see. I don't know how you haven't seen The Usual Suspects.
It's a conspiracy.
It must be. I believe this is playing on the Roku channel or Tubi or something like that right now. But, man, I'm really surprised y'all never seen this.
2 for 2.
So, what is it on again?
It's on Roku channel, Faithsome, which is some sort of streaming, Tubi. So, yeah, it's on some streaming.
Oh, Tubi?
Okay.
Easy.
It's an 8.5 on IMDb. It's directed by Bryan Singer, which is, again, it put him on the map before he went on to make Valkyrie and X-Men and other films. So, yeah, y'all will enjoy this film. I promise you. It's a very, very good crime thriller. So that'll be next week on the Rebel Radio Podcast. But until then, the rebelradiopodcast.com for all your
Don't
Rebel
hurt
Radio needs.
yourself.
The website has a nice little facelift with the new logos and everything as we move towards 500 episodes and real soon. But we thank you as always for listening. This has been Mark.
This has been Matt.
This is long.
Until next week, remember as always, just go there and